And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at a small card game called Good Cop, Bad Cop. It's a really tiny game. It was kickstarted, and I have to say when I got it, I was like, then I read the back of it, and okay, it's another one of those resistance or werewolf style games. And so I had a chance to play it, and I saw, it goes from 4 to 8 players, so that's an interesting range. Yeah, it fits that kind of werewolf or agent thing. Let's see how it works. In fact, we'll get to the end of the review and I'll tell you that. To play each game, you'll start with a kingpin and an agent card. And you're going to take those and you're going to place them face down in a pile. And then you're going to take loyalty cards that say crooked or honest equal to the number of players playing. So let's say we're playing with 4, although you could take up to 8. So then I'll add 2 more of those cards to this pile, and I'm going to shuffle this pile up for a while. And once I'm done shuffling it, I'm going to give 1 card to each player. Then you'll shuffle the rest of these loyalty cards up, and you're going to give 2 of those to each player. And so players will then look at their 3 cards to see what they got. This guy has honest and crooked and kingpin. These cards don't matter. He got kingpin. He's the leader of the bad guys. This guy here has 2 crookeds and an honest, so he's also a bad guy. This guy here has 2 honest and a crooked, so he's a good guy. And this guy here, doesn't matter what other cards he has, honest or crooked, he has the agent, so they are a good guy. Now, no one knows what anyone else is, and in this 4-player game, it's possible that one person's a good guy and the other 3 are bad, or vice versa. Who knows? Each person is also given a piece of equipment card for their hand. Some guns are placed in the middle of the table, depending on the number of players. In a 4-player game, there'll be 2. You're going to place your 3 loyalty cards in front of you like this, and the game begins. Now, on your turn, one of the things you can do is you can investigate another player. You take one of their integrity cards, and you look at it. Oh man, I found the agent on my first turn. How lucky is that? Another thing you can do is you can draw another equipment card. You can only ever have 1, but you might have used your equipment card. They can be used all the time. To do that, though, you have to take one of your integrity cards and show everybody what it is. Another thing you can do is you can take a gun and point it at another player. Again, to do that, you need to reveal one of your cards. If they're all revealed, you can just do it. You don't have to worry about that. You can't shoot that person, though, until your next turn. Your next turn, you can shoot them. That's your whole turn. Or you can do another action, and if you do so, you can just point the gun at somebody else or keep it pointed at the same person. When you're shot, all your cards are revealed. If you're the agent or the kingpin, you will take a wounded card, and you have to be shot 1 more time to be killed. You also get a new piece of equipment. You discard the equipment you have. Otherwise, let's say you were just a crooked cop and you were shot, then you're out of the game. The first person to kill the agent or the kingpin, that will end the game, and if the kingpin's killed, the agent and all the good guys win. If the agent's killed, the kingpin and all the good guys win. There are also all sorts of different equipment cards. You can play these at different times. You can pick someone and make them turn up one of their face-up integrity cards. You can shuffle your integrity cards. You can choose 2 integrity cards held by other players. Those players exchange those 2 cards. And this could change something. I mean, if you know what cards are where, you can turn someone bad or good with this card. Restraining order. Someone's about to shoot someone, they have to pick a different player. Make someone drop a gun with a K9 unit. Show someone all your cards if they show you all of theirs. Have someone's honest and crooked cards switch. Their honest cards are crooked, their crooked cards are honest. You can investigate each player with a gun. And so there's all sorts of different equipment cards, and they're very useful. Knowing when to use them is key to winning the game. Folks, you can see a live game of this. If you look up on the Dice Tower channel, we did a live YouTube playing of Sheriff of Nottingham, and we also played Good Cop, Bad Cop in there. Now, Good Cop, Bad Cop is not as showy as Sheriff of Nottingham, but I'm telling you guys, this game is fantastic. So fantastic that I actually, in full disclosure, offered them to be in the Dice Tower Essentials line, but they want to keep printing this on their own. And I'm excited for them and look forward to see what they do with adding expansions, making it in a nicer package. I mean, it could be nicer, but I like the art. I think the cards are quality. This is an excellent little game. I love it. It's really fun. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of reasons. Fun. First of all, that whole who's on my team or not is interesting. This gives me flashbacks to Bang and how much fun that was, except this one's much more fun. You'll say, but there's player elimination. You're out of the game for a few minutes at the most. It's a really quick game. And it's the equipment cards that really make it. But at the same time, trying to figure out who has what card, and then someone has a gun pointed at someone else, and someone's saying, shoot him, he's the bad guy, and someone else is like, no, he's not, and you're not even sure if those people are telling the truth or not. So you got to figure out who each other is and do it. I love how the three cards in front of you is such a cool mechanism, because you could be good, you could be bad, and in fact, one of the things this game does, which many of these other games like Resistance and Werewolf don't do, is you can just flat out tell the truth and get away with it. So if you're someone who doesn't like to lie, and there are people out there who even in a game don't want to lie, and someone says, are you a bad guy? You can say, yeah, I am. You don't have to lie. You just got to figure out who else is on your team in that regard. And so that's kind of a cool opportunity that this game allows. If you even, let's say you want to lie, but you're bad at bluffing, for example, this game allows that, because you can just say, well, look at one of my cards. You'll see, and they look and, oh, you're honest. Well, your other two cards are crooked. Really cool. I'd love to see more equipment cards for this and some spin-offs, but even as it is, this is a game that I just think is great, and I will bring it with me to conventions and other places. It's a fantastic little game. I think everybody should try it, and most of you should get it. Good cop, bad cop. Dice Tower Judgment, amazing. Keeping it in my collection.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Κλείσε την πόρτα.